Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Lenovo A6000 Plus. And if you recall, just a couple of months ago I did the unboxing and review for the Lenovo A6000, but this Plus adds some things. For example, this has 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. And here are some of the specs. And first, let me talk about the SAR rating. It says the SAR rating on head is 0.939 and for body is 0.822. And again, this is a dual SIM device with 4G LTE support, and it has been powered by the same Snapdragon 410 chipset, which is 64-bit capable. So basically, it's the Lenovo A6000, but with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. And as you can see, it says it has a vibrant HD display, and again it has that Dolby support. The display is the same 720p, and it's a 5-inch screen. And we'll come back to the device a bit later. Let's quickly look what else do we get. We have some pamphlets over here and quick start guide. We have the battery. The battery is still a 2300 milliamp hour battery. We also get a screen guard and the standard accessories. This is the micro USB to USB cable that we get, and power brick. One thing I've noticed is that we don't have any earphones with this one. I believe the Lenovo A6000 had that. And regarding the ampere rating, this one is a 1 amp charger, as you can see. So let me keep these things to the side and let's look at the handset itself. So here we have the handset itself, and again it looks exactly like the Lenovo A6000. In fact, Lenovo devices actually look like this. Is the Lenovo A7000. As you can see, this one has a larger screen, but in terms of looks, it's actually very similar. But on the A7000 they don't have the branding here at the top, but on this A6000 Plus they have the Lenovo branding. Let's quickly just pop in the battery, and the back cover easily opens. As you can see, again this is a dual SIM device, and again the first SIM has 4G support, 4G, 3G and 2G support, but the second SIM is just 2G. You can also add a micro SD card to this device. And let's pop in the battery quickly, and let's try to boot this up. And I hope it has some charge. Yes, it gave me haptic feedback, and it just says Lenovo. Again, on the bottom we have touch type capacitive buttons like the Lenovo 6000. That hasn't changed. I hope these are backlit, because on the A6000 and even on this A7000 those are not backlit. That is one of the gripes I had. Let's see if we have that. By the time it boots, let me give you a physical overview. On the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. The micro USB slot is over here. You use this for charging, and we have the volume rockers, the power on off button, and on the bottom we have the main microphone, and on this end actually nothing. Moving towards the back, we have the 8 megapixel camera with LED flash, secondary noise cancellation, Lenovo branding, and it says Dolby over here. The front facing camera is actually a 2 megapixel, and it has booted. So let's quickly just set it up. Again, the screen is a 5-inch 720p screen that comes to a PPI of 294, and let's quickly just set up. Let's look at the settings. Yes, let's go. The brightness is full. It says no SIM card in the phone, please. Okay, it goes. Hopefully, I thought it won't go. Display, again we have the auto brightness also is there, as you can see. I'll just keep it on manual for now, but we do have the auto brightness sensor also. And the screen panel on the Lenovo A6000 was also good, so this should be also pretty good in my opinion. It looks like the same panel they have used. So let me just get out, and let's go to about the phone. And if we go to status, let's go back, and if we go to device info, as you can see, it's still running on the Android version 4.4.4 KitKat. So a little bit disappointing. They should have preloaded Android Lollipop, but it comes with KitKat. And let's look at the storage. Again, it has 2 gigs of RAM, as you can see. 2 gigs of RAM, and internal storage is also bumped up to 16 gigs. So those are the highlighting factors, I would say, and that should help this device a lot, because even if you recall the Lenovo A6000 review, what I did, I said it was a great phone, but due to that 1 gig of RAM, when you do heavy multitasking, it was a little bit sluggish. So this should hopefully solve it. And out of that 16 gigs of internal storage, we do get 11.53. So I feel that's ample for the price. And regarding the price, guys, and this is going to be sold in India exclusively via Flipkart for 7,500. I'll have the link for Flipkart in my show notes, so if you're buying from Flipkart, please use my link. It does help the channel. And we can also add a micro SD card, as I mentioned. So regarding storage, I would say it's a great thing. And let me quickly connect to my Wi-Fi network and I'll be back. And it's connected to my Wi-Fi network, so let's just go back. And looks like again the back buttons are not backlit, so looks like they haven't fixed that. And again, it runs on this Lenovo custom UI, but you can install Google Now and stuff like that. So that should work without any issues. But again, the display is pretty good. As you can see, the viewing angles are pretty nice. So still the display is good. And again, do know that I'm not at full brightness. Let's just go to the settings. I'm using on a pretty low brightness, so the panel looks pretty bright. I'll test it how well it behaves in direct sunlight later on. And these are the Google apps that are pre-installed. We have folders. You can create folders if you want. And let's see what else bloatware do we get. We get some Lenovo specific apps like security, SyncIt, and yes, they also preloaded some junk. I'll try to uninstall this junk and see if we can recover some more internal storage. We also have the FM radio, so that's nice to see. And again, UC browser, Truecaller, etc. As I told, quite a bit of junkware is pre-installed. We also have a file browser. Some of you asked me to test if this device supports USB OTG out of the box, so we'll test it right now. And let's just pop this. And on the Lenovo A6000, I didn't have to do anything. It worked out of the box, USB OTG. So let's see if it works. I just popped this in. Nothing came yet. That's surprising. Let's fire the file browser. Let's see if it recognizes. No, it didn't recognize. That's strange. Let me just pop this in again. The USB OTG. So I'm not sure, it's not popping. Nothing is popping that it's detecting a USB OTG. So that's surprising. Let's go to the settings once more. Just bear with me, guys. Let's check that. If we go to storage, no. So looks like USB OTG support might not be there. But again, I'll test it with third-party apps and confirm it later on. So let's also quickly look at the camera on this device. It's a 8 megapixel shooter. It's the same one on the A6000. And no thanks. We have the tap to focus. And it's a pretty simple camera, I would say. As you can see, I won't hit the tap to focus and just take the photograph. It's not the fastest, but I would say, as you can see, it does the job. Let's take a picture of this one. So these are the pictures that we took. Okay, but looks good enough, but I will be testing the camera a lot more. As you can see, this without the tap to focus, it's a little bit blurry. But again, I will test the camera a lot more in my full review. So that's it for now for this very quick unboxing and first look at the Lenovo A6000 Plus. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my review. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.